but we fell apart just in time. You say at least it was worth the try. At least it was worth the try. At least it was worth the try. Are you dry from your place? Miss your lips, but I hate the taste. No.
Okay, we are back for part 2 of the same thing. If any one of the couple of you that are around caught the previous one, I don't know what was happening other than some technical difficulties, so hopefully we're fixed and we're back. And if you are watching this later, can you please give it a like, a love, a care? You can give it a cry or whatever other emoji there is below. Please just hit that button down there. Let me know that you stopped in, even if it's for a few seconds. I'd love to see that. If you're watching on YouTube, also hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're new over here, please don't be afraid to follow on Facebook. This is a podcast that I am passionate about, and I'm going to continue to keep these episodes up and running as long as I can. So with that, I'm going to jump into a couple things real quick, get them out of the way, and then we're going to discuss. So firstly, I want to remind everybody that dirty cop soap is still a thing. So whoop, over there. Dirty cop soap, guys. If you want some of that, just send me an email at mentalpolicing@gmail.com. Tell me how many. There's spearmint peppermint or spearmint eucalyptus. Both are awesome. They smell wonderful. They make you smell fresh and clean. So check it out. If you would like some, just send me an email. Next, because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, this month of May, we are already, may the 4th be with you, into that month. Just going to put up at the bottom of my screen for the entirety of this episode the suicide hotline, because it is real, it matters, and it could save a life. So that number is going to be displayed throughout. So without further ado, let us jump into tonight's episode. And I'm hoping that I can keep these a little shorter and do them a little bit more this month, just because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I would love to put more out there. So, that being said, here we go. As you can see in the title and description, I am going to talk about our children, but not I guess yours specifically, but just about children in general. So, and not like the second episode where I discussed the children calls. This is our children, the ones we go home to. So, as I said once before, I have 7 kids. 7, and that's a lot. And you want to know how I deal with them as a cop? Well, stick around, and I'm going to do my best to try and go over how I do. Hopefully I do an okay job with that. This podcast or vlog or whatever you want to call it, however you watch this or listen to it, I really want to drive home the idea that police are humans and that they have feelings and they have struggles. To me, mental health is extremely important. So what can try your patience more than anything else? Your own kids. I see so much potential in my own kids' lives. I see their mistakes. I see that the mistakes that I've made growing up, and I want to make it easier for them. I want to take that pain away, and I just want them to do it right. When I get home from work in the evenings, I take my kids here and there. I run them around to sports, dance, tumbling, school activities, anything else. Sometimes it gets to be very difficult to run kids around after dealing with the public all day and still put on a happy face. I've had to put myself in check a time or two, and not take my frustrations out on them. It's not their fault. Sometimes I have to pull them aside and apologize. Yes, I apologize to them for my crankiness. And it can be a bit humbling, and it's hard sometimes. So recently, I had the reality of being a parent and being a police officer come crashing in together. One of my kids was involved in some drama, and when I was made aware of it, it broke my heart. So here I sat with the dilemma. Do I go cop mode and investigate and then interrogate, or do I take a different approach? Let my child know that mistakes are mistakes. We can either learn from them and move on, or dwell on it, possibly make the same mistake again, and never be better for it or learn from that hard lesson. Well, I chose to approach it with compassion. And I will tell you this, as an officer, it's hard. It was very hard. I wanted nothing more than to go full investigator and start accusing people of putting my child in this position and then fixing it, blaming everyone else for their mistake, their lack of involvement in their own children's lives, and if they would just pay a little bit more attention in their child's life, this wouldn't have happened. After all, we're the police, and we see these things, and we would never let our child fall victim to this, right? Or much less be a predator in certain situations. So, as I pick up my child, it's a quiet, long ride home. I didn't address the issue until I got home. This gave me a moment and some time to think about it, approach it from different angles in my head, and have a discussion with my child where both parents were present, involved, and caring. It's easy to be mad, it's easy to blame others and point fingers, and it's hard to forgive, and even harder to admit your child did anything wrong. We think we would never let this happen because we are aware of dangers in society and the harms that lurk. But have you ever met that one cop's kid? You know what I'm talking about? That they're always into something, and if you approach that officer about their child's issues, it's definitely not their child's fault. It had to be someone else's fault. No, I'm sorry, Tim, your kid is an a-hole because he learned how to be that way because of you. I don't know what Tim, guys, just putting a random name out there. Don't cop your kids. Talk to your kids. Teach them. Be kind. Don't treat them like criminals or people you've recently dealt with. And this is beneficial, I believe, for a couple of reasons. First, it builds your bond with them. If they know that mom and dad are human and care, they'll be better off for it. When they are in trouble and they need somebody, they'll need you. They should want to come to you first, and friends and society second. Next, separate home from the job. Your kids don't go to work with you. They don't understand what you do. They don't know what you've been through, and they definitely, at least whatever young age, they'll never see those things or shouldn't see those things. They're young and they need you to be an example, and you will be an example, good or bad. Lastly, I believe that the more effort you put into being kind with your kids, the easier it becomes in all aspects of life. If you're being kind and gentle, if you being kind and gentle becomes a habit at home, a habit is a habit is a habit. It will carry over to work. If you're a jerk at home, that will become a habit. Chances are you're a jerk at work. As I talked about previously, you do bring home work. You bring it home. It's nearly impossible to keep them 100% separate. So build good habits at home and take those good habits to work. Trust me, your kids and your family will appreciate it. And no, they are not going to tell you how much they appreciate it, but they do. And I'll end by saying that our kids will mess up. They will have struggles, the same as we did. In this day and age, they need you more than ever. They need you to talk to them. Don't shy away from the dangers that they might see. Don't shy away from the ones that they do see. Protect them with the fierceness that makes you a police officer. But until you never spill another glass of milk, don't put such pressures on them. As society continues, our kids become targets too. They need someone just as much as you need someone. So as always, don't forget to work on your mental health as well. So I'll wrap up, guys. If you need someone to reach out to, please do. Suicide is real. It hurts. It's forever. If you or someone you know is struggling, please get yourself or them help. This includes our children. If your child struggles with pornography, be kind, be gentle, be understanding, and also understand it can become an addiction. If bullying is an issue, tell your kids to knock it off. Or teach your child to stand up to it and don't be afraid to speak out about it and reach out for help. My dad is a cop, is not reporting it, is not taking care of the issue. So please be kind, take care of your kids, hold them accountable, and remember that for every millennial some of us older guys complain about, their parents are probably Gen Xers. So consider that. So this is Wood, this is Mental Policing, and thank you for tuning into this episode. For those of you that may still be around, if anybody has a question or a comment or anything they would like to add, I would appreciate it. I know that I've done a few of these live now, and they'll stay up forever. You can always head over to any podcast catcher that there is. If you are tired of looking at my face when I do it, and you just want to hear the audio as you're driving, it's Mental Policing, and that's on anything, whether it be Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, what else? iHeart. I think it's coming to Amazon Music soon. So check them out wherever you listen, and don't forget to please share this with other coworkers and their friends and their families. Let's see if we can reach our goal of 150 followers to this page here in the next week. We're not too far away, and I would like to get to that goal because I want to continue to push out the mental health side of policing, not just rough and tough cop stories. So please share this. Give it a like, at least, if you don't want to give it a care, which is my favorite. So let me know if you need anything else, and don't forget about, again, one last plug for them, the Dirty Cop Soap guys. Let's help a family in need, and I will see everybody on the next one.
At least it was worth a try. At least it was worth